lovely Aries. How are you guys? This is Debs and this is your 2026 overview reading. Now, as usual, as you probably know, you might have watched more than one of these readings. There's normally a storyline that develops and I just go with the flow. So this may be your story, it may not be, but let's delve in and find out how this is going to unfold. So the deck that I'm using is the Divination Tarot. As always, if you feel this resonates with you, you're welcome to book a private reading. My website's down below, and I'm carrying on taking off 30% off 30-minute love readings if you are interested. So guys, let's just begin. And of course, we're starting off with the month of January. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the 2026 overview reading for my Aries, and we're starting off with January. What does Aries need to know? What is going to happen for Aries in January? Thank you, Michael. Archangel Michael showing me a wheel. You may want to progress forward, or you could be stuck in a cycle. Okay, let's see, guys. Ooh, the Star. Aquarian energy. Aries, you may be healing, or there could be some kind of wish come true in January. We will see. Page of Swords. Oh my goodness. 10 of Swords. King of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Let's just carry on, guys. Seven of Wands. Five of Cups. My Aries. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Wow. Aries, I feel as if I'm connecting with a feminine. I feel as if, Aries, you've had a difficult message of truth from a King of Cups. Any sign, could be any sign, but this is someone who's kept their feelings to themselves. This difficult message of truth has caused you to feel betrayed. Now, this King of Cups wants to work on the situation, but you're very guarded. You're looking at things a little negatively. This is you in a commitment. You've received an olive branch. But Aries, I think you're still coming to terms with the fact that your partner cheated on you. Three of Swords. There's heartbreak. Aries, there's heartbreak in this. You may want justice. Or Aries, for some of you, are you considering divorce? Wow, guys. Two of Wands. You're standing at crossroads. You're trying to make a decision as to whether or not you want to divorce your person, your King of Cups. Page of Cups. We've got 3 pages in your reading for January. You may have children. I think your person's tried to apologize, but Aries, whatever you found out, you felt betrayed. Yeah. Your person has apologized for the Tower, bringing a Tower moment into your life. And I think, Aries, you're taking a step back in January to figure out whether or not you want to heal this, or whether or not you should potentially seek legal advice to separate. Oh my goodness, Aries. All right, guys, let's move into angel answers. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what's the advice from the angels for my lovely Aries for the month of January? Thank you, Michael. A year from now? What's happening a year from now? January 2027. What's happening a year from now? Unlikely. Okay. Let's get another card. Tell us about unlikely. In the near future. Aries, what I think this is the angels are asking you not to do anything rash, not to do anything impulsive. I think what they're saying to you is it's unlikely that you will feel that you want to heal this in the near future, but you may change your mind a year from now. So hang on in there. Hang on in there, Aries, okay? It's unlikely you will feel as if you want to mend the situation. You may still feel very hurt in the near future, but a year from now, things may change. Your view may change, okay? All right, guys, so let's head now to the month of February. So here we go. We are into the month of Feb. Let's see what decision you may be making in February, Aries, or whether or not you're simply going to coast. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries for the month of February 2026? Thank you, Michael. February 2026 for my Aries. Okay. Nice clean cut. Okay. 5 of Cups. All right. You may be continuing to want to spend some time on your own. Ace of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. The Chariot. Cancerian energy. Ace of Wands. Aries, what you're looking at is, I think in February, your person that you're in a commitment with keeps telling you that they want to work on healing this, but your back is turned because you may feel that ultimately what they really want is to leave you for a passionate new start with somebody else. King of Pentacles. You feel the only reason why they are telling you they want to stay is so that they can retain their financial stability. You don't believe your person loves you anymore, Aries. You don't believe they love you anymore. With the energy of the world, you believe that this is actually over emotionally. You're coming through as the Empress. Okay? You're coming through as the Empress. Yeah, Aries. You don't believe your person when they tell you they still love you, they want to work on this. You believe, Aries, the only reason they're saying that is they don't want to go through financial loss in, say, a divorce. Yeah. Temperance. The angels are surrounding you at this time. There may be a connection here with a Sagittarian. 3 of Wands. Page of Swords. 8 of Wands. King of Swords. Okay. Aries, for some of you, if you have children who understand that you and your partner are going through a difficult time, you know, mum and dad are rowing or mum and dad aren't happy, you may be trying to placate your child or one of your children with a Page of Swords by saying, oh, you know, your father and I are just thinking about moving, thinking about a change in our connection. But basically your child knows the truth, Aries. And with the Eight of Wands, they're messaging you, well, I don't believe that, Mom, right? I don't believe that. When are you getting divorced? I think you're speaking to a divorce lawyer. Your child doesn't believe you. Your child doesn't believe you. Let's get some angel answers. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do the angels have to say for my lovely Aries? February 2026. Abundance. You're both thinking about the financial stability of this connection. In the near future. You're both thinking about the stability of this relationship in the near future. I don't think, Aries, you're ready to make a firm decision either way, but one of your children may be feeling that you're heading to divorce. You're coming through as the Empress. You are emotionally disconnected from your King of Pentacles. You believe he actually really wants to work on moving forward and having a passionate new start. So your person, Aries, could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But you're turning your back on whoever this is because you simply feel that they're telling you they want to work on this because they don't want to lose money in a divorce. So Aries, that's what we have for February. Let's move into March. So here we go, guys. Let's delve into March. Now, Aries, we could turn it the other way. You could be a masculine, realizing that your feminine has had an affair on you and you are wanting to patch things up with your feminine, but she may be saying to you, I want to leave, I want to be with somebody else. You could work it that way too. Okay, take it as it resonates. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for the month of March for Aries? What do we have for March for Aries? How is this situation going to progress? I'm seeing somebody putting sticky notes on the side of a document. Okay, it could be signing points. Oh, all right. Are you... Gosh, my throat's closed up then. Somebody was closing my throat. Are you looking at divorce papers? Are you just looking at draft divorce papers? Let's see what's going on, Aries. There's your King of Pentacles again. Okay. Five of Wands. He's all up in his head. There could be arguments with this King of Pentacles. Because, Aries, you believe that he was somehow overindulgent. Four of Wands. Wow. Aries, you may be realizing that he wants to try and battle you out for the house. He wants to fight for the house. Now, Aries, in some divorce cases, I believe, I don't know for sure, never been married, never divorced. In some divorce cases, the house is sometimes awarded to the woman because of the children, right? It depends. If your children are young, then it may well be, Aries, that you assumed that you would be awarded the house. It may well be, Aries, that what you're realizing is your King of Pentacles wants the house sold and for you to divide the proceeds. That's how I'm feeling. I don't think he will be awarded the property, lock, stock and barrel, Aries. I doubt that that would be allowed. But he is definitely wanting to sell the property and to divide the proceeds. So are you guys talking about a divorce, as in bashing out the details? The Hierophant. This is a very traditional relationship. I think you two are married. Your person could be a Taurian for some of you, or you could have Taurian energy in your chart. Okay, Aries. Queen of Cups. All right. The Moon. Cancerian energy. Aries, as a female, you may well feel that as soon as the divorce is finalized, your partner's going to head forward and marry a Queen of Cups and has been keeping quiet about this. Judgment. Yeah. You feel, Aries, that as soon as your King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and you separate, he's going to move swiftly forwards with a Queen of Cups. This is the Lover. And that is why you feel betrayed, because this was a cheating scenario, Aries. Page of Swords, yeah. Again, what you're telling your person is, I can't believe you betrayed me. Ace of Pentacles. You're talking about a lump sum of money. You're talking about selling the property. Okay, this is relocation. Ten of Pentacles. Emperor. Okay, Aries. I feel that with the energy of the Page of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Emperor, your Emperor is trying to win you back around. I'm so sorry I betrayed you. I do apologize. But the difficult message of truth is, I really don't want to divorce. I'm happy to give you a lump sum of money, but I want to stay legally married. I am going to act with integrity. I will never cheat on you again, but I don't want to go through full divorce. Whereas Aries, you're convinced that your person does actually want to divorce you to be with a Queen of Cups, but he's just not saying that. This could be about money, Aries. You may feel that all your Emperor is going to do when you've legally separated, for instance, is to carry on an affair with the Queen of Cups while still being married to you, because he doesn't want to go through the financial loss. That is what you're feeling, Aries. Okay, guys, let's move into Angel Answers. Here we go. What is the advice from the angels? What does this Emperor actually want? This Emperor, King of Pentacles. He wants abundance. Okay, he wants to keep the family money intact. He wants to keep the family money intact. He doesn't actually want to go through divorce, whilst potentially carrying on dating a Queen of Cups. Aries is asking you to compromise. He may be saying to you, look, ultimately, we don't love each other anymore. I'm sorry, I have met someone else. I want to be with this Queen of Cups. But I don't think we should go through divorce. It may be because it would affect the inheritance of children. It may be that he believes that if you two sold the property, there wouldn't be a lot left. Neither of you would have enough to buy something decent separately. So if, for instance, Aries, you're sitting on a property worth, 400 grand. If you divide the proceeds after maybe paying divorce settlement, you're not going to find a property each for under 200 grand each, right? It's going to be difficult. So what he's saying is he wants you to compromise. I want us to live separate lives, but under the same roof. He's almost saying to you, We can live like flatmates. It would mean that you could stay in the house, but I would have to stay in the house with you. Maybe he would move into the spare room, and you would have to agree to me carrying on dating a Queen of Cups. That way you can keep the house. That way the children's inheritance would be stable. That way we wouldn't have to tell the kids that we are divorcing. He has a plan, Aries, and it's mainly to do with securing the finances of the family. But I think, Aries, you're very hurt, you're very upset, and you really would prefer to actually divorce. So in March, Aries, you are thinking about what he is asking you to accept. And this is going to be on your mind in the month of March. Okay? So guys, let's move now to the month of April. So here we go, people. We are into April. Let's see how this is going to pan out. Aries, wow. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries for the month of April 2026? Is Aries going to stand their ground? Is Aries going to agree to compromise, which is what the Emperor wants? Aries, I still feel as if I'm connecting here with a feminine, but you take it as it resonates, all right? Justice, okay, Aries. I'm immediately feeling that you want to push for divorce. Yeah, because you feel that if you were able to be fully free, you could move forward and meet someone new yourself. You don't want to be tied to your king anymore. You are worried about financial loss, yes, but you feel betrayed, Aries. You feel betrayed. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You're looking at the past, Aries, and you're feeling betrayed. You may even be thinking, how long has this affair been carrying on? Has it been carrying on for years? You may be feeling very nostalgic. You could be looking back and thinking about your children growing up, that sort of thing. Page of Wands. You're angry. Five of Swords, because you feel your emperor, your king, has sabotaged the relationship. You're angry, Aries. You're coming through as a Queen of Swords. You're very unhappy. You don't want to stay married to this man. You don't want to stay married. As far as you're concerned, you'd be living a lie. But, Aries, if you do push for divorce, he wants to sell the house and divide the proceeds. And you may feel that if that happened, you will be left in the Five of Pentacles. It may be you would struggle financially as a single woman on your own, living a single life, right? Whereas at this present time, you may be in a very nice home, even though it's awkward stepping around each other. Two of Cups. You can't believe this, Aries. It's as if you keep thinking, oh my God, he fell in love with this other woman. He's in love with this other woman. You keep thinking about it. Yeah. You feel that quietly he feels victorious because he's going to be able to move forward with this Queen of Cups. He may have Leo in his chart. Yeah. You feel, Aries, that he's manifesting a victorious new start for himself whilst wanting to keep hold of the Ten of Pentacles. You feel he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. He doesn't want to lose the money in a divorce, but he wants you to agree to him openly dating a Queen of Cups. And if you agree to that, what he's saying is we wouldn't have to spend thousands on a divorce lawyer. We wouldn't have to tell the kids we're actually divorcing. Kids may have grown up and left the home, so they may not be any wiser if they're not in your vicinity. And Aries, you'd be able to keep the family house, but you would have to keep living with this emperor. Because I have a feeling that he would plan to keep the house as his base, but come and go whenever he pleased. And that makes you feel very angry and upset. But you're looking at the alternative, which is to lose your house, to end up in the Five of Pentacles, to have to tell your kids, to lose thousands on a divorce lawyer. You're thinking about your children and their financial stability in the future, on top of everything else that you're considering here, Aries. This is a challenge for you. To keep yourself financially secure and to protect the emotional stability and maybe the financial future of your children, you would have to cope with staying legally married to a man that you know would just use the house as a base and keep dating this Queen of Cups. There could be a little bit of pride in the mix, on top of you feeling very hurt, you know. He basically wants everything his own way, but the alternative is for you to accept selling the house, your home. You may have lived in your home, Aries, for 20, 30 years. It's your decision. He's basically saying, I think this is the best practical decision for everyone. In terms of the financial stability of our children in the future, or child in the future, in terms of keeping finances intact, I feel, at least for maybe the next year or so, I feel we shouldn't rush into divorce. I think, Aries, you want to divorce. But what you're worried about is you'd end up in the Five of Pentacles and you'd have to tell your children or your child that there was deception in the marriage and it may change the relationship between your children and you, your children and their father. So guys, let's move into angel answers. Let's see what comes through. Archangel Michael, what is the advice from the angels for my lovely Aries? This is April. Take action. Wow. Okay, the angels are suggesting that you don't just sit there thinking about this, Aries. You take action. And if you do, there will be success. Aries, the angels are suggesting that you don't just agree to this. You take action in divorcing your person. Rather than allowing him to use the house as his base and to carry on dating this Queen of Cups, the angels are saying, no, Aries, you don't deserve to be put through that pain. Take action in actually divorcing. You will feel this is a clean break. You will feel a sense of justice. And they may also be suggesting, Aries, that you will not end up in the Five of Pentacles. You will be fine financially. I think the angels are suggesting, Aries, that you don't agree to this plan that your partner is hoping that you would agree to. You sever the tie and have a clean break, okay? That's what they're suggesting, but everyone has free will. So guys, let's from here move to the month of May. Okay, Aries, we're into May. Let's see what's going to happen, guys. Okay. I am so sorry if you're going through this. My goodness. But as the reader, I can't help what comes through. And do remember, you could be a masculine finding out that your female partner's been cheating. Okay? So, anyway. What do we have for my lovely Aries for the month of May? Thank you, Michael. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Aries, you may want your partner to leave. You may be talking to him about legal separation. It may be very awkward, both of you living in the same property. You may feel he's asking too much to use the house as a base and date this other woman. I think you want him to leave. King of Cups. This is your Emperor. This is your guy. But you're sat in the Nine of Swords. You're sat in the Nine of Swords, Aries. You're still coping with this Tower moment. Yeah, you're not happy. Four of Cups is... I don't quite know what to do here. I don't quite know what to do here. Death card, Scorpio. You could be in a relationship with a Scorpio masculine. You feel as if everything has now changed, or even looking at the past, thinking memories of the past have been destroyed, right? Because your person, your Emperor, wants to feel victorious. And you're angry. And you're angry. Okay, Aries, you may be pushing for legal separation. Page of Wands. One of your children may have found out already. High Priestess. One of your children may have found out already, may have intuited, Aries, what was going on. So if you've been trying to keep this under wraps from one of your children or your child, I think they already know. I think they already know. Two of Wands. You're still standing at crossroads, Aries, about the house. You're still standing at crossroads, thinking about your home. But you're also thinking about this Queen of Cups. Yes. You may be saying to your Emperor, look, I don't want to actually divorce. I agree. It would mean a lot of financial loss, but I cannot have you in the house, using the house as a base, whilst dating this Queen of Cups. It's too much for me. It's too painful for me. I don't want you in the house. You may be suggesting to your partner, Aries, that he moves out and actually moves in with the Queen of Cups. Could you move in with the Queen of Cups? You may be suggesting that, Aries, because you can't deal with the status quo here. Okay, let's see what the angels have to say, guys. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries for the month of May? What is the advice from the angels for Aries? Recovery. Aries, you need to recover, and you can't recover from what's happened with this partner of yours still living with you in the house. You can't cope with that. Be assertive. The angels are saying, Aries, stand your ground. You need to recover. And you can't recover whilst living under the same roof as your partner who is planning on carrying on dating the Queen of Cups. You're not having it, Aries. You're going to put your foot down, okay, in the month of May. I don't know what your partner's going to say, but we may well find that out in June. So let's move to June now. So here we go, Aries. This is the month of June. So obviously you guys are still trying to reach some kind of compromise, an agreement that you're both happy with. But Aries, I think you are wanting your partner to leave the house, and you may be saying to him, look, If you want to just stay in the house and openly date the Queen of Cups, why don't you just move in with the Queen of Cups? Then I can have the house to myself. We don't have to go through divorce. We don't have to lose the financial stability. Just move in with the Queen of Cups if you want to. Aries, you are not wanting to lose your home. Yeah. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please, for the month of June? Let's see what's going on, guys. Justice. Aries, you want justice. You want a more balanced compromise here. You want him to see your point of view. You're looking at your savings and you're still standing at crossroads. Aries, I think you're standing your ground. Yeah, because you feel betrayed. You're not going to allow your partner to have everything his way. And he would be, because he doesn't want to lose money in a divorce whilst he still wants to date the Queen of Cups. I think you're tired. I think you're drained. I think you may be feeling a bit depressed at this time, Aries. And I'm so sorry, guys. This is a really difficult situation to navigate. You're in your head. You're in your head. You want to move to calmer waters, Aries. You want this all to be over. You want to move into a peaceful place in your life. Eight of Pentacles. You want your partner to work on moving out of the house. Whilst I think he is wanting to work on staying married to keep the financial stability within the family. He doesn't actually want to move out of the house now. There could be a situation, Aries, where it's awkward to move in with a Queen of Cups. They may not have been dating that long. This Queen of Cups may not actually agree to that. Oh, okay, she's saying to this guy, your partner, you want to move in with me, but you want to stay legally married. Yeah, I don't think so. She may have said to him, if he asked her, no, that is not something I would accept. Because ultimately, the Queen of Cups may actually want to marry this guy. And she may feel that, well, it's all well and good for him. It means he's moved out of living with his wife. But it's not great for me because this is still a third-party situation. The Devil, Capricorn energy. You feel stuck and tied to a toxic marriage, Aries. And it's very difficult to know what to do in the situation. You feel pushed into a corner here. The Sun, Leo. Enlightenment. Knight of Pentacles. What is this about? Yeah, you're King of Pentacles again. This is your Emperor, basically, Aries. Okay, Four of Pentacles, yeah. He's not wanting to divorce. He's not wanting to divorce. What he's saying to you is, I am not ready to fully commit to the Queen of Cups anyway. What he's not telling you, Aries, is she's probably not going to allow him to move in with her. So he's standing his ground. You're standing your ground. Stalemate. So this is him not agreeing to your plan, your compromise, which is for him to move out and leave you on your own in the house so you can recover, because he's basically got nowhere to go. He's saying to you, it wouldn't work moving in with the Queen of Cups. It could be that she doesn't want him to move in with her. She actually wants him to divorce you. He doesn't want to divorce because he wants to hang on to the money. And Aries, you don't really want to divorce yourself because you'd have to sell the house and you don't want to lose your home. So this is you still trying to bash out some kind of compromise. What he's saying to you is, yes, enlightenment, this is a toxic situation, but where would I go? Because I don't plan on fully wanting to commit to the Queen of Cups for quite a long time. It may be they haven't known each other that long. It may be she's simply refusing for him to move in with her. So you're back at square one. Let's see what the angels say, Aries. All right, so Archangel Michael, what do the angels have for my lovely Aries for the month of June? What's happening in June? Get more information. Okay. Aries, the angels are suggesting you find out a lot more about your partner, this Queen of Cups. Get more information. Get more information. Yes, get more information. There may be other things that he's hiding from you, Aries. Get more information. All right, so I'm going to leave that there, guys. Let's move to the month of July. So here we go, Aries. This is the month of July. Gosh, it's been a rather long, drawn-out process for you guys. What do we have, Archangel Michael, for my lovely Aries for the month of July? For the month of July. Thank you, Michael. The Page of Cups. You could be thinking of a child, or your partner may be apologizing again to you. I'm sorry, you're having to cope with this. Eight of Wands, communication. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Aries, your partner's communicating with you. Finally, we have you. Queen of Wands. Finally, we have you. King of Swords. Okay, Aries, you are saying to your partner, I don't think we can come to a compromise. I think we should actually divorce. I don't think it's going to work, us both living in the same house. I can't recover with you living in the same house as me. If you can't afford to live anywhere separately, and this Queen of Cups doesn't want you living with her, then I think the best thing to do is for us to call it a day, divide the proceeds of the house, and go through divorce. It may also be, Aries, that your child or one of your children is messaging you to say, look, I know exactly what's going on. You can't hide it from me. And you're basically feeling, Aries, the jig is up. You know, the kids already know, or our child already knows. Okay. All right. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. You are talking about dividing the assets. You're stressed about this. I don't think either of you really wanted it to come to this. But you keep thinking about your partner and his lover, that they kept this a secret for the longest time. Your partner's lover could be a Pisces or a Cancerian with the energy of the High Priestess. The Death card could be a Scorpio, strong water sign energy. I think, Aries, you're deciding just to go ahead and divorce. Now, I don't know what your partner's going to think. About that, but I think you are realizing that's the only way to move forward here. Two of Pentacles. You know you're going to have to juggle money. You know it's going to be stressful. You're going to have to move out of the house, sell the house. You're looking at savings. And there is a sense of sadness, Aries. There is a sense of, I can't believe it's come to this. But you're going to pull back from changing your mind again. And I think, Aries, what you're realizing is, at least when it's done, I can be in peace and quiet. I can find somewhere relaxed to live. Even if it's a lot smaller, it's a lot cheaper. And you're going to be concentrating on your health, Aries. Okay? Yeah. So guys, let's move to angel answers. So Archangel Michael, what do we have from the angels, please, for my lovely Aries for the month of July? July 2026. Yes. I think the angels are saying, Aries, that is the best course of action for everyone. It's the best course of action for everyone. And you can then move forward into a peaceful resolution. None of this trying to compromise, trying to keep the house, or your partner trying to keep as much money as possible in the family. It's just not going to work. If you do divorce, there will be a peaceful resolution. You can both finally move on, having agreed to divorce. All right, guys, let's now move to the month of August. So here we go, guys. This is August. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. But the angels are letting you know, Aries, that that is the best course of action. So you can fully heal, okay, and get yourself back to a beautifully balanced place, and there will be a peaceful resolution. So what do we have for the month of August for Aries? Thank you, Michael. Okay. That card wants to be seen. The health card. Leo. Okay, August may be, Aries, all about you and your health, your mental health, getting rid of any anxiety, any heartbreak, healing, that sort of thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. Six of Pentacles, dividing the assets. You are moving into the divorce process. A lot of communication about bashing out the details of the settlement. But your partner, Aries, may be being difficult. He wants to hang on to the money. This can be the card agreed. It can be him saying, no, you're not getting this. No, you're not getting that. Yeah. You're going to have to fight it out in court. Aries, I'm really sorry, but your partner's going to be difficult pertaining to the settlement. Virgo energy. You're doing some soul searching, or he's doing some soul searching. Nine of Wands. It's all a bit much. It may be very stressful for both of you. Knight of Cups. Aries, he wants you to change your mind. He wants you to agree to the original plan, which is not to divorce, because he's worried about the financial loss. So he may be saying to you, I refuse to move forward any further forward in this divorce. I don't think this is the right idea. You're sat in the Nine of Swords. It's as if, oh, I can't believe it. He may have agreed in the month of July, but in August, Aries, he may be saying to you, I don't think I want to do this. So things are changing again. You may also be thinking about a Scorpio. This Queen of Cups could be a Scorpio that he wants to be with. Yeah, you're thinking about him and this new woman. She may live at a distance with the energy of the world. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, Aries, again, you are in your head. Oh, guys, I so feel for you. Because you're going backwards and forwards in your head about this. I don't really want to divorce, thinks Aries. I don't really want to sell my home. I don't want to leave my home. You know, this is the last thing I wanted. But I can't cope with my partner staying living in the house when I know that he's moved into a new relationship. He doesn't love me anymore, right? Emotionally, this is done because he wants to keep hold of the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, Aries, you're furious. It's as if, again, he's saying to you, this is what I want. I don't want a divorce. I'm sure we could cope with living together, separate parts of the house. You'd hardly see me, right? You're thinking, no, I know you're in the house. I can't recover. I need some peace and quiet by myself. But maybe Aries, he can't afford to move out and rent a flat, you know, which would be the alternative. If this Queen of Cups doesn't want him to move in with her. So Aries, in the month of August, your partner at the last minute is turning around and saying, I'm sorry, I don't think I want this. I'm sorry, I don't think this is a good idea. Archangel Michael, what do the angels have to say to Aries? Let go. Let go. The situation will improve. Aries, the angels may be saying, let go of the emotional angst, the stress, the Nine of Swords energy, the Ten of Wands energy. Let it go. Try to move yourself into a place of peace and things will somehow improve. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen if both of you are on different pages, but it may well be that this is in the hands of the divine. So Aries, in August, you are basically saying to your partner, okay, full-fledged into divorce. All right, if we're going to have to sell the house, we sell the house. Your partner at the last minute is saying, I'm sorry, I just don't want to do this. I don't want to divorce. And you keep thinking about this Queen of Cups. We've had Cancerian energy, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy in this reading. She's definitely a water sign. Let's see what September has to bring, okay? All right, here we go, Aries. This is September. This is September. Wow, it's taken all this time for you guys to try and decide what you want to do. Archangel Michael, what do we have for September for my lovely Aries? Thank you, Michael. What do we have for the month of September for Aries? I'm seeing a woman in her kitchen and there's a window by the kitchen sink and she's got her hands on the side of the kitchen unit and she's looking out at the garden area and she's thinking to herself, I just don't want to leave. I just don't want to leave. Okay. You definitely don't want to leave your home, Aries. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. King of Pentacles, he keeps coming out. This is your guy. Page of... Oh no, really? Okay. Page of Pentacles. Okay, Aries, he's going to use the children as an excuse to stay married. He's basically saying to you, look, if we get divorced, there's going to be nothing for the kids. There's going to be nothing left for the kids. He's going to start talking about the kids, Aries, or the child. Yeah, the children aren't going to have any money. If we spend all this money on divorce fees, divorce lawyer fees, and sell this house and divide the proceeds, the kids are going to be left struggling later on. He's talking to you about the children. 8 of Cups. And they may also disconnect from us out of a sense of hurt. They may also just decide to drop communication if they realise for sure that we are divorcing, particularly me, because they're going to find out I was the one that cheated. Your partner's talking to you about the kids. Your partner's saying, Aries, I think we should wait. I think we should wait. I don't think we should move into divorce. I don't think we should do it. Okay. 9 of Wands. You're there thinking, oh my goodness, back to square one again. Back to square one again. You're there, Aries, thinking about the stability, thinking about your home. Yeah, you feel pulled in 2 different directions. Should you work on it with the 8 of Pentacles, or should you stand your ground with your partner and say, no, I think we should divorce? You may say to your partner then, okay, well, if you don't want to divorce, then at least leave me in peace. You have to leave the house. You have to leave the house. I'm not having you living in the house. Tower. It's going to be a tower moment for him, because what you're saying to him is, okay, if you're going to cause a massive issue in me wanting to actually divorce you, and I agree, in terms of the kids, it wouldn't be good. That's all right, but I don't want you living in this house. I don't want you living in this house anymore. No, you're not living in this house. And he's having a tower moment. No. He's basically thinking, okay, well, where the hell do I live? If my Queen of Cups doesn't want me to move in with her, and it's going to be difficult to afford my own rental flat, where am I going to live? But Aries, in the nicest sense, he was the one that cheated on you. He should have seen all this coming. Yeah, you're standing your ground. You're moving into the energy of the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. The Moon. You're sitting in fear, Aries. But I don't think you're going to change your mind. Judgment. Yeah. Yeah. You have made the final judgment in the situation. Okay, we won't divorce. We won't divorce. It may be better financially later on for the kids if we don't divorce. I would be able to stay in my home. Okay, we won't divorce. But you are not staying in this house. You are leaving. You are moving. I don't care where you move to, but you are not staying in this house with me. So you're putting your foot down, Aries. And so your partner is going to have to figure out what he's going to do. He's going to have to pack up and leave and move somewhere. Okay? All right, guys, let's move to Angel Answers. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries for the month of September from the angels? Angels' advice, please. Thank you. Yeah, Aries, you feel that with this partner of yours out of the house completely, you can start taking care of yourself, you can start to heal, and you're going to feel better physically. This might have taken a toll on your health, your mental state of mind. You may not have been sleeping. It could have been really awkward stepping around your partner, you know, living in the same house. The angels are saying, okay. They're almost saying, Aries, first step. Okay, all right, yes, he's moving out. He's moving out. So you can improve your health. You may feel it's the perfect time for him to actually move out. Okay. This is after the summer is over. This is before the festive season kicks in. It would be the ideal time for him to actually move out. All right. So Aries, that's all we have for September. Let's shift now to the month of October. Okay, people, you ready? Let's see what's going on, my Aries. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please, for the month of October 2026? Is Aries' partner going to find somewhere else to live? What is going to be happening going forward? Thank you, Michael. Okay. Aries, I think this is you, very peaceful, still married, but you're at peace because you're on your own in the house. That's what I feel. You're on your own in the house. Ace of Cups. You can now think about giving to yourself. This is self-love. You may feel a little bit nervous because this is when it's going to feel real. Your partner's moved out of the house. You're on your own in the house. And this is you, I think, for the first time, Aries, coming to terms with the separation. And you're healing. And you're healing. Aquarian energy. You're healing from this toxic situation. Okay, Aries. You may decide to have a serious sit-down conversation with your child or children. There could be another apology coming to you from your partner. Communication. Yeah. King of Swords. Four of Wands. Aries, either you are having a really serious conversation with your child or children. They may be saying to you, are you and Dad actually divorcing? What's going to happen to the house? Are you on your own in the house? What's going on? Or it could be, Aries, that your partner reaches out to apologize to you again. But what he's saying this time is, I am sorry, but I'm seeking legal advice because I need half the proceeds of the house. You can't just sit in the house. He may be struggling financially, supporting himself if he's moved into a rental flat. I don't know. Knight of Pentacles. You're talking about the finances. There's enlightenment, Aries, that he's actually deciding to move quite far away. Now, I don't know whether or not it's because this Queen of Cups lives at a distance and he wants to be near her. But what he's saying to you is you can't sit indefinitely in this house because the house may be worth a fair amount of money. So what he's saying is this is a temporary solution me agreeing not to divorce, us agreeing not to go through that process, but we will have to discuss the future of the property. Yeah, this is a difficult message of truth for you, Aries. The truth is, eventually, you're going to have to talk about the house, the money, the assets, and maybe the children's future as well. You are going to have to make a serious judgment call. You are going to have to make a judgment call. And that judgment call, Aries, may well be in the next couple of years, seriously talking again about divorce. This is a temporary solution. Your partner said, okay, we won't divorce. We won't spend thousands on a divorce lawyer. But eventually we're going to have to figure out what to do with the house. It's in joint names, right? I would assume. We're going to have to talk about the kids. We're going to have to talk about money. This is temporary. Aries, for whatever reason, this is a bit of a bombshell for you. You may have thought to yourself, oh my God, you know, I've just been in the house for a month on my own. I'm just hoping to sit here for a few months and just relax and get myself together. No, your partner's saying to you, Aries, you can't sit on this house forever because we jointly own it. It's not just your property, it's our property. So you will have to make a serious judgment call, Aries, about the future of the property and about the kids and about the money in the next few months. Your partner's basically saying, Aries, just so that you know, this is temporary. This is temporary. I will need half the proceeds of the house eventually. I'm okay for now. I'm not asking you to do anything now. Knight of Pentacles is going to take some time, I know, but just so that you know, you're not going to sit indefinitely in the house. All right, guys, let's move into angel answers. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please, for the month of October? The angels keep saying to you, Aries, there's something better. I think they want you to agree with your partner, both of you to agree to fully divorce. You will have to compromise, Aries. You will have to compromise with your partner. Now, I don't know whether or not the angels are suggesting you both just simply start the divorce process. I think you're both actually off and on as to whether or not you want to divorce. I think your partner wants to keep the finances stable in the family, so he's not really wanting to divorce. I think Aries, even though Aries initially you wanted to divorce, it could be out of anger and upset. You didn't want to leave your home. You didn't want to sell the house. You didn't maybe want to upset the kids by moving into a full divorce. But what the angels are saying is this has to be a clean cut if both of you are going to be able to heal and move forward. And you will both have to compromise. Your partner is not going to be able to keep all of the family assets because half are going to need to go to you. You, Aries, may have to agree on selling the house. You may not be able to stay in the house because half of the house is owned by your partner. You're both going to have to compromise. So, guys, this is where we leave October. Let's shift now to the month of November. So here we go, Aries. We are into November, heading towards the end of 2026. So Archangel Michael, what's going to be happening for my Aries, the Aries that resonate with this, in the situation in the month of November? Thank you, Michael. I can actually see two people sitting opposite each other in a kitchen. But they're sitting in silence. Nobody's saying anything. They're both just sat there. Okay. So Aries, your partner may come and talk to you if he's moved out and you're living in the house on your own. He may come and talk to you about the fact that this is a temporary solution, him moving out and you being in the house on your own. And there's you again, Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Okay. All right. Aries, you may be sat round a kitchen table, just the two of you, right? It may be very awkward. But what I think you are saying to your partner is, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I do agree that the right thing for us to do is separate, but rather than sitting in this sort of limbo type situation, I feel we should divorce. The divorce is going to take quite a long time anyway. The truth is, I think this is really done. I think we should now seriously consider working in partnership to talk about the financial aspects of divorce. Because what you're realizing, Aries, is you're going to have to divorce anyway. Because your partner wants half the house. You're going to have to sell the house anyway. Legally, half of it is owned by him. So what you're thinking about is, why delay the inevitable? If the house has to be sold eventually, then let's just get it over and done with. I think, Aries, what you're realizing is you have to bite the bullet and get moving on this. Five of Swords. You're angry. You may again say to your partner, I can't believe you sabotaged this. I do feel betrayed. I can't believe it's come to this. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken because this relationship is over. I'm heartbroken because I have to leave my beautiful home. I'm heartbroken for the sake of the kids. Yeah. A lot of intense communication, Aries. You're basically letting it all out. You could find yourself teary. You could find yourself feeling very, very angry. Whilst he sat opposite you, it may all just come out in a flood of emotion, you know? What you're basically saying is, if you hadn't have cheated on me, we would not be in the situation. Ace of Pentacles, you're selling the house. You're selling the house. You're realizing there's no reason to delay this. You're seeing the reality of this. You don't want to stand at crossroads anymore. I don't know in the back of your mind, Aries, whether or not you thought that your partner would turn around and say, let's work on the marriage. Whether or not you'd even agree to work on the marriage. But there might have been a seed in the back of your mind, a seed of hope that this could somehow be mended. What you're realizing now is he doesn't want to mend the marriage. He doesn't want to mend a relationship. He's more interested in the financial aspects of this partnership. So you are seeking the advice of a lawyer. King of Swords, okay? Because you both realize that you need to move to calmer waters. You need to get this underway. And Aries, what you're realizing is, when all's said and done, you will end up sitting as a single woman in the Nine of Pentacles. You may get the house valued and realise it's worth more than you thought. It may well be that when you add up any assets that you two have built up over the last few years, you're not actually going to be sat in the 5 of Pentacles, you're going to be sat in the 9 of Pentacles. So Aries, it may put your mind at rest, okay, that financially you're going to be fine even if you have to sell the house. So guys, it's all going ahead, I feel, in November, but let's seek some advice from the angels. Here we go, guys. Archangel Michael, what do we have for Aries, please? I'm feeling very emotional for you, whoever's going through this. What do the angels have to say? Okay, Aries, the angels are saying you are finally ready to accept divorce. You are finally ready to end this relationship. It's done. It's done, Aries, okay? It's done. You're going to agree, both of you, to start the divorce process. And the angels are saying, Aries, there's no need to worry. You're going to be able to move to calmer waters, and you're going to be able to give yourself a decent life as a single woman. You are not going to be sat feeling left out in the cold. You're not going to be sat in the 5 of Pentacles. You're going to end up in the 9 of Pentacles. That's pretty good, Aries, okay? So guys, this is where we leave November. Let's shift forward now to the final month of the year, December. So Aries, here we go, guys. This is December. This is December. Let's see what the cards have to say. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries? This is the final month of 2026. Thank you, Michael. Gosh, this would have been a roller coaster of a year for you, Aries, but you're going to be fine. You're going to feel at peace. You're going to be financially stable. It's all going to work out. Okay, you're going to be fine. All right. Let's see what we have, guys. Yes. Beautiful, Aries. This is going to be you. You're going to find yourself a lovely little property. You're going to be able to redecorate. You're going to feel at peace. You're going to be healing. And you may have a beautiful garden. Who knows? Who knows? Yes. So this relationship would have come to a close. This is the energy of the world. You're stepping forward, Aries, into a new life. You may, Aries, even feel a sense of victory and success. You may be looking at the situation very, very differently. Well, hang on, I'm in a lovely new property. I'm fully at peace. There's no awkwardness. The pain has dissipated. And I've got a decent amount of settlement. Right? 9 of Wands. Occasionally you're going to keep looking back at the past. That's normal. You're going to keep looking back at when you were sat in the 10 of Pentacles, but Aries, you're going to end up a single person in the 9 of Pentacles. Okay? Not too bad. You're going to be healing. 4 of Swords. You're going to be healing. Yeah. 8 of Wands. There's going to be communication with someone. It may well be that this is when everything comes out. It could be to a close friend of yours. It could be to a child. You could be wanting to speak to a Capricorn. But what you're basically saying is, I'm okay. I've gone through the worst. I realise now that this relationship had to end. It was toxic. It was just built on financial stability. I hung on to it for way too long. I'm actually glad that I've made this decision, or we've made this decision to part. Yes, Aries, 8 of Cups. It's done. You are telling someone that you have managed to walk away from what you now realize was a really toxic relationship. It's almost as if you're coming to terms with it yourself as well. More money may be coming in, or you may be communicating, Aries, with an earth sign, someone who may be showing an interest in you. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. King of Pentacles. Or Aries with a King of Pentacles. This is your partner saying to you that more money is going to be coming in for you. It could be for children. Okay, it could be an extra amount linked to the divorce settlement. Page of Wands. There could be a conversation about a child or children. With the energy of the Hermit, whoever this person is, could simply be a Virgo. I feel as if this person wants to come together with you, Aries. He may feel a bit on his own. Okay, Three of Cups. Aries, it may well be that if this is your partner who finds himself on his own, probably house hunting on his own, he might be just about to move out of a rental flat into a little property of his own. He may say to you, look, Aries, now everything's said and done, or now the divorce is really moving forward, I feel as if we need to have a sit-down conversation with the kids. They could be grown adults. It could be the children already know, but your partner may say to you, Aries, I just feel as if we need to be totally open and honest about exactly what's been happening here so that everyone's in the loop. I feel as if I want to bring the family around me again. I feel as if we need to bring other people that we've left out of the situation back towards us so everyone knows the situation now. You may feel, Aries, that might be slightly awkward. This is your ex-partner that you're divorcing saying, I feel as if we ought to have a meeting with the kids in the house, in your new house, in my new house, just to sort of tie up loose ends. It might be he wants to explain to the children that there will be money for them in your wills, something like that. I feel as if we ought to put our children's minds at rest that they're not going to be penniless. There's going to be money for them in the will, despite the fact that we're divorcing. Could be something like that. Or Aries, contrary to that, it may well be that if you've moved to a new area, in the month of December, you could end up meeting a younger earth sign who is very attracted to you, who's on his own, could be divorced, could be widowed, and you may meet this individual at some kind of event. This could be a new love blossoming, Aries. Who knows? So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aries? Messages from the angels, December 2026. Okay, I'm hearing that song, If You Believe in Miracles. There's going to be some kind of miracle, Aries, which is going to be totally unexpected. It could be the miracle is your kids already know. It could be an emotional reunion with all the family together. But they may say, actually, Mum and Dad, we know you haven't been happy for a long, long time. It may shock you. It may well be, Aries, that the miracle is you suddenly meeting someone in the month of December, and this person may be in your life for quite a long time to come. Yes, Aries. So, the angels are saying, remain positive, Aries. I think the anticipation of everything changing, the anticipation of moving out of your home, nervous about becoming single again, nervous about financial stability. I think, Aries, what you're realizing at this point is you're feeling better. Your kids are going to be fine. You've made the right decision, you and your partner, to go through divorce. Financially, Aries, you're very stable, you're at peace, and there could be new love on the horizon. So in actual fact, you may find yourself far happier in the month of December than you were at the beginning of the year. Okay, guys? So let's move into the final spread of this reading. It's going to be a spiritual spread. I'm going to be dipping into a universe oracle deck, and of course we're going to be receiving messages from Archangel Michael. So here we go. This is the Fortune Oracle by Sharina Starr. So Archangel Michael, what do we have from the universe to close out this overview reading for 2026 for my Aries? Thank you, Michael. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Here we go, guys. The world. Yes. Yes. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. Aries, you have completed a cycle. You may find yourself living somewhere completely different, surrounded by a new group of friends. And what you're realizing is, Aries, this was actually the best course of action for you. Yes? Okay. The Fool. Interesting. This is Aries energy. Have the courage to embrace change, take risks, and be adventurous. We have a 1 and a 2, which is 3. 2 is about making a decision for a brand new start. And of course, this is beautiful, Aries, because this is your card. Lovely energy. Fire. Yes. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Very relevant. We have a 10. Yes. So guys, let's move now to the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. So Archangel Michael, what do we have to close out this reading for my Aries? Messages of advice for you for Aries, please, Michael. Thank you. Self-respect. Wow. And the prayer reads, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me, through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage and confidence to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships so I'm surrounded by loving and kind people. Self-respect, Aries. Beautiful. This is you standing up for yourself. Okay. Jumped out of my hands, new beginnings and a fresh start. So the prayer reads, thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. Beautiful, Aries. Very accurate for you. Self-respect, new beginnings and a fresh start. Closing out a cycle that's been challenging for you. Okay. This is you rising from the ashes and you're on a new adventure. Okay. So guys, I am leaving the reading there. I really hope it's helped you. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way. And many blessings, Aries. Bye now.